We have some news. The Subaru is no longer with us. We ended up selling it last weekend. It was my baby. It took me across the country a couple times. And yeah, I mean, it was just the perfect car in my opinion. It did everything we needed it to. I just wish we could get another one. But with selling that car, I have to buy another one. So we have the Jeep. And I bought another Miata. So this is a 97 NA Miata with a 1.8 in it. It's got roughly 120,000 miles, came with a hardtop. We got it for a pretty good deal, or at least we think, but there are issues. I mean, the car is pretty old, so you can't blame it too much. Very first thing, there wasn't very much water in the radiator. And when I say water, there was only water in the radiator. So we're gonna have to drain that, put coolant in it. Oil seems to be fine. Have no idea about the transmission. Jesus, couldn't get that word out. But when we really started getting into cleaning it all, we noticed that there was broken glass everywhere. Okay, so with any car that we buy, we always do a once over. Engine oil, transmission fluid, spark plugs, air filter. This one's actually got a K&N filter on it, so that's good. It definitely needs a it definitely needs a shifter rebuild on it. We're also cleaning the carpet because it is pretty thrashed and there's a bunch of glass. So as per usual, we're completely ripping this thing out. We may end up pulling out the dash. It's because of this. Yeah, that's broken. Even with the key turning it, it just won't unlock. So we might end up having to pull that out. The other thing that needs to be done is both the window regulators are horrible. Like, they are extremely slow going up. Is this thing connected? All right, I guess we don't have the keys. So we ended up getting a couple doors for her Miata, just kind of as spare parts, and this gasket right here that goes up along the window and all the way around, we believe is bad. So I'm gonna steal the one off of her donor and install this. So what I'm gonna do now is take all this off, remove the window and the regulator, and then we're gonna replace that entire seal.
I think it's leaking somewhere right here because it is like, there's a puddle on the carpet yesterday. The gasket we have on the old doors, we're gonna see if it works. I mean, if it does, that's sweet because I picked those doors up for so cheap, and these gaskets I think are over $100 easy. So we're gonna see if that works. Tyler's gotta take the regulator out anyway, so we're gonna replace that. We already had to replace the trunk seal with the one that I got for my car, and then I'm just gonna buy probably a new one for me.
The convertible soft top was completely thrashed. It was basically made into a bikini top. They cut out the window. So we ripped all that out. We need a new rain rail.
Yeah, we got a soft top with the deal, but we just have to put it on the frame itself. So Tyler and I are going to try and do that. I don't know if that's what all this glass is from, if somebody busted the back through, or if it's from like a window. So we're just kind of tearing it apart and see what we find. We're gonna probably lift the car up some. It's the type of coilover that has the OEM stock top hat. So I don't really know what they are, but I assume that they're eBay brand. And then also the windshield wipers don't work I think it might be the motor because I don't hear it turning on. So we're gonna try my motor and see if that works. And then if it does, we'll have to get another one. And also new wipers because the shit.
And then the last thing that I'll probably do is try and do some paint correction on this, which the hood looks fine here, but if you look at the trunk, you can see the few spots to where I tried rubbing just a couple of small compounds on it, and it's pretty different, and it needs to be done on the entire car.
Another issue Tyler found out was the mirror. See how it moves like this? It's not loose bolts. The bolts are actually tightened, but it's the set nut on the back side of the door. The welds broke loose. So that's why it moves like this. I'm not sure how we're gonna fix that, but if you guys have any ideas how to do that, please let us know without actually having to get it welded, if there's like some kind of like quick fix. If not, maybe we'll figure out something to get, or just leave it for now. But it's bad because when you close the door, it like wobbles.
What's that one rat song?
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
And then the only real downside to the body of it, which is probably going to be hard to see, is that dent right here, and then that little part right on top.
The guy we bought it from said that something in his garage fell on it, and I sympathize with that because that's happened to me before.
So that's what we're doing today. We're going to rip this thing completely apart and clean it up, and yeah, go from there.
So just an update on what we've accomplished so far today. Tyler has taken out and cleaned both regulators and greased them up and everything. And I've gone ahead and put the door panel back on, minus the handle and everything, because I actually have to take this back off to put new speakers in. I've gone and cleaned the carpet, just vacuumed it, and then I've got these mats out of my car that I had and put them in here. That way the carpet doesn't get so ridiculously dirty. I've wiped all this down. Can't put any of this back in yet until we get the soft top in order. Vacuumed the seat off, vacuumed all this. The carpet's pretty worn right here because they didn't have mats down. Again, so I got these mats out of my Miata for Tyler because I'm not using them right now anyway. Other than that, I can't put the door trim back in yet or any of this trim again because of the soft top. Has to go back in. Positioned the steering wheel in the correct place because it was crooked. Went ahead and did that. Tyler put some new plastic on. Went ahead and wired up some new speaker wires for the new speaker. We disconnected the annoying buzzer sound. Pretty much just been cleaning. Took some stickers off and everything. But that's basically what we've done so far. I'll keep you updated on the rest of the stuff. So this is the jumbled mess I'm dealing with on the radio behind the stereo head unit. Yeah. The left side door speaker isn't working, and I'm seeing why it's not working. So we're gonna fix this. I got the radio wiring all situated like I showed you in the thing. I figured all that out. I had to look up that head unit and figure out the schematics of that, and then the Metra harness, and everything's good now. I might go ahead and try and hook up the headrest speakers. I don't know if they work, but I figured I might as well try and hook them up and see if they do, because that would be nice. It's like an extra feature. But I did go ahead and clean all of the armrests, the door panels. I got the auxiliary cord running through under the console for the head unit itself, and now all I have to figure out is the idling issue that we're having. I'm gonna do that later on this week. But yeah, here, let me show you what it looks like. So I wiped all these down and cleaned them, they look pretty new, shiny now. The seat I just vacuumed up and cleaned the sides. It's pretty typical on a Miata here. As I'm sure most of you know. I have the cover here, but the piece, the dash actually broke here where the screw goes in, so I have to figure out exactly how to mount that up so it doesn't just hang down like it was. My gauge cluster cover is actually in really good condition. Gonna have to fix the steering wheel a little bit more. It's still cockeyed, but to the other side slightly. This is how I ran my auxiliary cord, in this hole here, and it goes down underneath where the rest of the wires go and back to the back of the head unit. Cleaned up the tombstone and everything. I cleaned that side as well, and this seat. Gotta get a wiper motor, a rain rail to put onto a new one to put onto the soft top. Still gotta fix the dent in the fender, the idling issue. We're gonna raise the car slightly because it's like freaking slammed. More to come on the 97 Miata that we bought. I'll keep you posted of what we've been doing and video as much as I can. Later, guys.